you.
Hey everybody, here get another one. Demon, check out Dante versus Clive. Devil May Cry versus Final Fantasy. Played out of these games. I'm aware of who Dante is to not really any extent. I just kind of know he exists and like what his like deal is, I guess. I don't know much about Clive either, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll play these games one day and then I'll figure out who the heck these dudes are. I know like what they look like at the very least.
Dante versus Clive.
DMC's Devil Hunter versus Final Fantasy's Shield of Rosaria. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our
It's been a while
job to
since I
analyze
watched
their
a Death
weapons,
Battle
armor,
video.
and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I know they're making new
It's a
ones now, that's why I'm
dangerous
trying to
world
get back
out
into
there.
these.
Cultists, demons, and evil businessmen lust for power. And
Wow.
every day brings a new cataclysm humanity must face.
This world may seem like the end, but for a Devil Hunter like Dante, it's party time. Who'd expect anything less from the son of the legendary demon Sparta?
A dark knight who, thousands of years ago, woke up to justice and sealed away the demon
Kinda
lord
look like Steppenwolf.
Mundus.
But then Sparta mysteriously died, and his wife got iced by some demons, leaving Dante and his brother Virgil separated.
Despite a long-gone family, Dante kept a chipper attitude and set up a business
doing a
dedicated
Michael
to
Jackson.
one thing.
Killing demons? And with the blood of Sparta running through him, he's the best in the business.
By harnessing his own demonic energy, Dante
Nigga, that
bolsters
dude's
his speed,
sporty?
power, and durability, letting him block
He looks
kaiju-sized
20
punches,
something.
move faster than a meteor.
And regenerate like an unstoppable force of nature. As long as he has the energy, he can heal from getting shot, stabbed, sliced through. Basically anything.
Even without his regeneration, he's survived heat that would reduce the layman to ash.
But no hunter is complete
Is that
without
man
an
just-
arsenal.
Was he sitting
Heat
on...
that would reduce the layman to
That man's sitting on a fire thing, fanning his face like it's just a... Okay.
But no hunter is complete without an arsenal. And Dante's got
It's
one
getting-
hell of a
the
sword left
gameplay
by
is
his
giving me like a
dad.
God of War vibe.
Rebellion. Plus ebony
Like
and
the old
ivory,
school God of
two
Wars.
magic pistols with endless ammo clips. And they say the perfect gift doesn't exist.
But Dante's full arsenal is far larger and
I got a mouse
stranger.
tool.
Like King Cerberus, a shape-shifting set of elemental nunchucks. Cavalier, a pair of buzzsaws that are also a motorcycle. Ball rod,
What?
fiery fisticuffs for boxing and capoeira.
What
And
is this
Navon,
gear?
Guitar. An electric guitar.
There's also Lucifer, a backpack of endless laser swords that Dante got after slaying. Actually, we never see how he beat Lucifer.
Yeah, you know
Wow.
someone's a badass
Off-screen
when they
fighting
off-screen
Lucifer is
the
crazy.
actual devil. Then there's my fave, Dr. Faust, a sentient hat that turns
How do you-
Dante into basically
Wait, that
Orville
was
Peck.
this game that did
Oh, it
that?
shoots
I never knew where this
Faust,
clip
a sentient
came
hat
from.
that turns Dante
Yeah, I never knew this dancing thing was from Devil May Cry. I never known that. I gotta see like the context as to why he's dancing.
into basically Orville Peck. Oh, and shoots crystallized demon blood.
Dante needed this and much more.
Let's write
when
these
he got a
subtitles. I
warm
don't know why
welcome
they're in
from the
Spanish.
brother he thought long dead. In a twist of fate, Virgil was alive, but went down a very different path.
While Dante was partying, Virgil studied the blade, seeking the power he needed to exert his will, even if it meant killing his own brother. Something he
Dang.
came close to doing in their first meeting.
But the defeat only spurred Dante's awakening. He learned to teleport using Trickster, slow down time through Quicksilver, and double team foes with Doppelganger.
With a slick pose and
I
the
gotta
right
get, like, an
timing,
old game
he can
console
royal
so I can
guard
stream,
dang
like,
near
older
anything,
video
then use
games.
the absorbed energy to armor
Really
up
only
as
need
a
to go back
dreadnought.
like
And
to
then there's
PlayStation 3
Devil
days,
Trigger,
and then that's
a
I
super
think
form
that's
Dante
all I need
achieves through
really.
his supernatural power. By tapping into his inner demon, Dante can fly and gains an enormous boost in speed and power.
Naturally, his rematch with Virgil went very differently, and that was far from Dante's peak.
When Mundus got up to his old tricks, Dante battled the Demon Lord in a vast sea of stars, a universe Mundus created on a whim. Even later, Dante one-shot a stronger alternate future Mundus who had completely merged with the demon world.
So he's
Dang.
kind of a big deal. Literally, Mundus became a living universe just for Dante to shoot him in the face.
Then there's Argosax, a god so astronomically intense he had the power of every
Well, his
other
frame
demon
rate
in
couldn't keep up.
existence, a divine deity of the sun that Dante also shot in the face.
Just
Oh,
what?
that guy. I completely forgot about him.
Funny, so did Dante. Despite how powerful Argosax was, he was just an insignificant Tuesday to Dante.
So
Yeah,
it's
which
safe
is
to
crazy.
say Dante had become the strongest
He wasn't even
around.
looking at his head
But
when he
no
shot
amount of
him.
style, pizza, or wahoos could fill the hole in his heart. Sure, Virgil was a power-hungry weeb, but he was still his bro. Beneath Dante's antics, killing the last of his family kinda messed him up.
Until he learned his family wasn't as gone as he thought. It turns out he had a nephew, Nero, who Dante would help get into the family business in his own unconventional way.
And for dead weight, Nero was pretty badass, even helping Dante take on the so-called Demon King
Is this
Urizen.
game series still
Nero's
going, or
Devil
did it
Breaker
end?
arm can
I know it's
fire
got an anime,
light-speed
but
lasers that
that's more
Dante
recent.
and Virgil have dodged.
Dante and Virgil can already dodge lasers in their base forms, but when charged with enough demonic energy, they can outright blitz beams over 11
Judgment
times
cuts.
faster than light.
I know
Nero
that's from
even
this game. Is
survived
Judgment
getting
Cut.
melted down while inside a living statue. It's a long story.
And that's the same sort of regeneration that Dante has, meaning he can survive being turned into a puddle.
So Dante was ready when Virgil somehow returned. Again. And made an apocalyptic demon tree for what else? More
Goliath was
power!
freaking like
With
nowhere
the
or
entire
something.
world now on the line, Dante had to get serious and fully embrace his human and demon sides alike by stabbing himself.
Holy
For
shit,
what?
Dante has been impaled so much, he decided to make it how he powers up. So he got his
That's
greatest
actually
weapon,
crazy.
Devil Sword Dante.
When I need to freaking level up my weapon, I just impale myself, and it just that's a crazy
and
method.
became Sin Devil Trigger. This is Dante's demon energy at its peak. He can fire lasers with loose, obliterate with the fires of judgment, and
Bro, this
surpass
one with that
even the
daggone
legendary
Tekken
Sparta.
form.
But although
That his
Dante
dad
was
got.
totally a match for Virgil, neither of them would budge on their ideals. Both were destined to duel until one was dead forever.
But thanks to Nero and two well-placed bitch slaps, they got some sense
Wow.
knocked into him.
Dante realized that if he couldn't make Virgil abandon his ways, he might as well keep an eye on him. In one fell swoop, the two severed the world-spanning demon tree and prepared for a permanent departure to the
That's a
underworld.
giant
You can
sword.
choose your friends, but not your family. But if that's what it takes to keep Virgil safe, or rather to keep the world safe from Virgil, Dante will deal with it. And all things considered, he's happy slugging it out with his bro. Maybe happier than he's ever been.
Proof that as long as you have the human drive,
Okay, now I
even
believe he's
hell
40,
can
but
become
I guess that's just a
paradise
more
sweet
current
enough
game
that a
thing.
devil may cry.
Whiz,
All right,
it's an
now let's see what
emergency.
you got.
This fight's gonna have a banger soundtrack, but my headphones broke.
Well,
The perfect time to
now before to save. Sit down as we tell the tale of the kingdom of Rosaria and its
Okay.
prince, Clive Rossfield, a man destined to be a dominant, the host to a mighty guardian icon.
Anybody who's a dom can draw on magic life juice called ether, becoming a big scary monster.
And
The heck is
commanding the element
that?
they embody to create storms, slay armies, and split the sea. Dominants are forces of nature, and Clive would be the dominant of the Phoenix.
Well, he was supposed to, but Big Bird said no thanks and instead picked his sick little brother Joshua. Parents don't play favorites, but I guess ancient monsters can.
Despite the rejection
Okay, so
and
he's a little bit
deep
younger than
loathing
him.
from his mother,
A little bit
Annabella,
shorter, too.
Clive and Joshua were only kind to one another. Clive saw the bird and his brother bore and accepted his blessing of the Phoenix in hopes of becoming Joshua's shield.
Meaning he learned a bunch of magic. He can shoot fire, teleport with Phoenix Shift, and took down this beast before he was even out of puberty.
Even without magic, Clive's a capable swordsman, able to boost his speed and perception with precision dodge. But it wasn't enough when Annabella betrayed Rosaria for the Empire of Sanbreque. In one night, Clive's knights, people, and his own father were slaughtered before him.
Wait,
Oh,
someone use a Phoenix down!
Those aren't in this game.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Bro, you
But
know how
the Phoenix
traumatizing it is to get
icon
your
sure
parents'
is,
blood on
'cause
your
the
face
trauma of everything made
as
poor
they die in
Joshua
front of you?
lose control.
Clive wanted nothing more than to help his brother, and perhaps this desire awakened the icon that was in him all along, the fiery beast, Ifrit.
Boy, is
We're gonna
he afraid of
freaking
wild
Naruto
one. Just
transformation.
standing nearby will incinerate the average Joe. It can make fire barriers, regenerate lost limbs, decimate foes with a flaming spirit bomb, and shatter a walking mountain.
The downside being Clive couldn't control it. He didn't even remember becoming Ifrit or
okay.
battling the Phoenix in a fight that reduced everything he loved to cinders.
I'm about to say, if he
leaving
turns into that in
Joshua
this fight, he
presumed
might have it, but he
dead.
also said he couldn't
If that
control
wasn't
it.
bad enough, dear old Ma found him the next day and made him a slave to Sanbreque's army. Clive spent 13 years wallowing through life, searching for Ifrit's host for revenge, only to learn the one he wanted to kill was himself.
This revelation hit Clive like a phantom train. He thought death was all he deserved for taking the lives of Joshua and so many others. Even so, there was a light at the end of the tunnel. No, not like that.
Thanks to his
Dang.
friend Jill, the outlaw Sid, his doggo Torgal, and a very therapeutic battle with his self-hatred, Clive learned to carry the torch for his brother, fighting the real problems plaguing his world: crystals and racism.
In the world of Valisthea, prejudice is alive and well for bearers. Basically, anyone who can use magic without special crystals.
So what better way to dismantle the system than to help fellow bearers and destroy the mother crystals ruining the planet, all while picking up some nifty abilities.
This game looks
Through a
pretty cool, though,
mysterious
that's
power
for
that
sure.
lets him absorb icons, Clive took Garuda.
Sorry if I'm
an
really
avian
quiet
with
during
sharp
death
flashes
battles.
and
I just like
sharper
to take all the
talons.
information.
From Sid, he received Ramuth, so he could summon lightning.
From his bae Jill, he got Shiva to freeze lava and even time itself. With Titan, he can block and absorb blows with earth-shattering fists. From this dragon prince, he got Bahamut and some deadly lasers.
And through Odin, he can slow the flow of time and slice apart the fabric of space.
Looks familiar.
With these powers,
Wow.
Clive stepped up to lead the bearers
Did
and even reunited
did
with
Devil May Cry
Joshua,
create like
who was
the
alive all
Judgment
along.
Cut animation?
Surprise!
Clive spent 5 years freeing
Or is
the
it just
land
more known for
and
it?
became hot as hell while doing it. Well, no, not well, yeah, that way, but also through Ifrit. By using part of Ifrit's power, Clive can set himself aflame,
Except the true
activating
finisher.
Limit Break to boost his abilities.
But Limit Break is far from Clive's limit. After absorbing the Phoenix essence from Joshua, he became Ifrit Risen. Now fully in control of the monster that had tormented him,
okay,
he
that
embraced
was
his role as a
okay.
shield for his brother.
In that
and
case, he
friends.
might have this
Just
one
in time
because
to
he has some
battle in
crazy
space,
magic.
block a planet-wiping blast, and overpower this dragon at the speed of light.
That's no exaggeration. Ifrit Risen is literally stated to move at light speed. Not surprising when Clive has intercepted lasers over 3 times faster than that, and overpowered Omega, a god-slaying weapon that can destroy, and I quote, all of creation.
But what
Hey.
made Clive strong enough to do all this? You know, besides the majestic man cleavage.
Turns out Clive's birth
Majestic
was
man
orchestrated.
cleavage.
He was intended to become the vessel of Ultima, an ancient, all-powerful being that created humanity, but abandoned them after they developed free will.
Meaning everything that happened was the fault of one person. God, the bastard! But Clive wouldn't
Literally
be a puppet.
God? Is that
if
what that
God
is?
was in the way of humanity's freedom, then God was gonna die.
Easier said than done.
Oh shit!
Ultima was stronger than anyone Clive had faced, able to warp all of reality to create a universe. But Clive had a secret not even Ultima foresaw. Over his journey, he developed a special state of mind, Logos.
AKA someone powered by human will and the bonds of consciousness with others. Okay, that sounds like anime friendship crap, but trust me, it made
Wow.
Clive a badass who could surpass his limits, getting stronger over the course of just one fight.
So much so that, despite struggling against Ultima initially, by the end of the fight, Clive took out Ultimalius, a more powerful amalgamation of Ultima and his entire species, all while Clive was in his base form.
Ultima literally became Ultima squared, but Clive still
Yeah,
kicked
I'm not
his
gonna
ass,
lie to you, he
using
might have
his
this
bonds
fight.
with his brother, his
These
friends,
feats are
and
too
his
crazy.
unbridled will. Clive killed God in a giant 999,999 damage punch. Okay, so it really was the power of friendship after all. Man, this guy's got a future in shonen.
Well, except we don't really know what happened to Clive. Whether he lived or died, though, doesn't really matter. It was his journey and the world he created that made his life meaningful. Clive's dream of a future where everyone can live and die on their own terms had become a reality.
And his stories were written up in a book by a certain Joshua Rossfield, which he titled Final Fantasy.
Full circle.
The battle's coming up next, so call your winner now, folks, just like our sponsor, DraftKings.
The NBA season tips off when
And skip.
Ride the
it's promo. Run the data through all possibilities.
I think
It's
Clive might
time
have this
for
one,
a
I'm not gonna lie to you. If he
death
doesn't, I'll be surprised.
battle!
Because he has beating God on his resume, or at the very least, his version of God. I will say he's like a little bit younger, but at the same time, not by much.
Friend is causing trouble, and I'm in the business of dealing with trouble.
Leave now. I have a god to kill. The last thing that will stop me is a demon.
This is music. I will say that gun might be a problem, but I'm pretty sure he has counters to do with bullets. Not the Michael Jackson move.
Let's rock.
Fancy yourself a bard?
Freaking Dante's just having fun with this. I mean, imagine if I played the game, that's just normal for him. Moonwalking through lightning. He's just horror farming at this point. Dang. Right back! Right back! Dang.
No hiding in the shadows anymore.
I will say
Smokey.
this was not gonna be like a one-sided fight. I will say though, he did kill Lucifer. And I'm assuming not as powerful as God, but it's still a crazy feat at the same time. Dang. And can Dante die? I imagine he can, but I also don't know.
What the hell is that?
Freaking Ghost Rider? Not them turning it into the... The fact that he's keeping up with that form too in his regular, like, not his regular, but like...
Virgil's got some competition.
Wow. He's gonna hit a deal on him? Oh boy, did he get him?
Still holding out on me? Let's see what your monster can really do.
So the devil cries for more. Let's give him everything we've got. Joshua!
Not gonna lie to you, his looks bigger. Oh, never mind. It is.
I won't underestimate you.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm loving these game mechanics. Dang, who smoke clears, who won? Ugh. Oh. Dang, Clive. Don't tell me he, like, shoots him.
I need more.
It's been a bash, Smokey. Clive, I need entry!
Dang.
Not
Did
bad.
that do it?
Not bad at all.
Hey. Is he gone for real?
For a
Did that
fight
do
like
it?
this, God will be nothing.
Okay, I was right. He did win. Now,
KO! Okay, that was a whole nother level of close, but I think we got the
yeah.
point.
This was not an easy call to make. Dante and Clive matched each other so closely, it was hard finding a definitive advantage either had.
Okay,
This
so I
is
was
best
knowing when I was
explained
tripping when I
through
saw
three
that.
categories,
It
starting
did seem
with
so
stats.
even
Both
watching this
Dante
fight.
and Clive could easily beat up universe-busting threats.
Mundus and Ultimalius could create universes at a whim, and Dante and Clive defeated them sans their own super forms. Dante and Clive could both consistently intercept lasers at faster-than-light speeds.
And Dante could always amp up with demon juice to briefly outspeed Clive anyway.
But Clive could match that by boosting his own speed and reflexes through precision dodge. Both were so beyond the pale that neither could definitively overpower the other.
Still, given their crazy powers, you'd think one of their abilities would break the deadlock.
Not so much. Dante and Clive could generally match each other blow for blow, be it to teleport,
Yeah, they have so
slow down
many
time,
similar
flash freeze
attacks
the other,
too.
block
At least
and
when it comes to like
absorb hits,
melee
etc.
ability.
And Dante could
I mean,
survive the intense
Dante definitely
flames
got
of
like
Ifrit.
some crazy
He's
stuff,
dealt with
but
heat
like,
like that before.
Though
Clive's
Clive did
like,
not
also
have
like a
a
crazy
perfect
amount
match
of just
against
magic to go along
Doppelganger,
with it.
he did have more methods of manipulating
Even if
time,
they weren't the
both
exact
more
same.
reliable and abusable, in addition to defensive measures like Ifrit's barrier to fall back on to outlast powers like Doppelganger.
But their super forms evened out. Any edge Clive could get from, say, Limit Break or Ifrit Risen, Dante could match with Devil Trigger or Sin Devil Trigger.
In the end, both have answers to most of each other's powers, making it still
I
anyone's
wonder,
win.
like,
Which
I
is
didn't
why
play
it
both these
came down to
games, so I
one
wonder, like,
major
someone that like
factor.
really knew these guys,
Endurance.
what they would
Just
say.
how long could these two keep at it?
While Dante's super forms could undoubtedly
Okay, so it's
keep
just
up
one of
with
those
Clive's,
fights as to
there
who's
is
dying
an emphasis
first, pretty
in
much.
story and gameplay that they expend a lot of demonic energy.
The longest Dante has battled in Devil Trigger against someone his equal is about 6 minutes, and abilities like Doppelganger, Quicksilver, and Sin Devil Trigger burn through it even faster.
Clive's time in Ifrit Risen isn't limitless either, but it can last longer, fighting for tens of minutes if necessary. But given how close this match is, it's vital. If Ifrit Risen catches Dante outside of Devil Trigger, it's over.
I know what you're thinking. Dante's crazy tough. His healing factor's way better than Clive's. Clive can regen lost limbs, sure, but Dante can heal from getting reduced to a puddle. Couldn't he just tank Ifrit's attacks?
Well, yes, but also no. This is where context is everything. While no doubt impressive, Dante's healing has been overcome in the past because it is tied to how much energy he has. Less demonic energy means a less potent healing factor.
Like when he got knocked out for a month straight by Urizen, only surviving thanks to a constant source of demon blood. Hell, overtaxing demon regen is how Dante killed Virgil in the first place.
Even if we assume Dante could get a second wind, it's always possible Clive could get one too, becoming even stronger from pure willpower, just like when he fought Ultimalius.
So, for as tough and persistent as Dante was, Clive was able to endure just that much more to get the final edge.
Okay,
The
so pretty much
devil was
even
in the
fight, but
details,
like,
Clive's
he had a slight
victory
edge.
is no fantasy.
Literally just
The winner
literally
is
just because he
Clive
could last
Rossfield.
longer.
Next time on Death Battle.
Okay, who was the last one they had? I think it wasn't like Catch versus Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I know that's on my playlist. I gotta see how that fight plays out, bro. Cause like it's just gonna be them summoning a bunch of stuff, and like I don't know how much Pokemon Ash catches in the show, cause I never saw a Pokemon show. Which I guess is like just bad on my part as a person. But I guess that was it for this one, man. Hope you have a good day, and God bless.
Yeah, boy.